Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So today we'll be doing MLM Horror Stories and I'm so excited for this one. So let's get straight into the video. I have my water and I have some bracelets that match it. So cute. I'm actually gonna shout this business out a little bit later through the video. So the first one says, Beachbody brainwashing. Hi Deanna, please can you keep my identity a secret as I am currently a coach looking for my exit. I love Beachbody's products and the workouts, but I do not like the company's work ethic and inviting people via DM and recruiting structure. I've struggled with it for years, but felt trapped because I was a part of something special and have come so far with my physical and mental transformation. But as far as building a business, as they call it, it just was not happening. I admit maybe I didn't try hard enough, but they certainly made me feel I wasn't trying hard enough most of the time. I just refused to play their games. I felt icky inviting people and ghosting, and no thank you replies really add up on your self-esteem. My upline and grandmother upline would say it's my ego and I gotta get out of my head. So believe me, sometimes I try, but I was so miserable, and come last year, I started to listen to the voice in me that said enough. I'd rather be broke and happy than miserable and a six-figure income earner. I thought, geez, if it was this rough to get people to join me to do the workouts and buy a challenge pack, imagine how hard and tough it gets down the line to recruit and hold that high up rank. People come and go, and realistically, who will stay on a subscription forever? I realized this hustle BS will never end nor get easier. I literally felt like I was selling my soul to the devil if I continued down this road. I felt so upset because I want to help people. I enjoyed doing the challenge groups and giving accountability as well as receiving it. But don't worry, I never give any health and fitness advice to people. I just supported them while they follow the workout programs as they are written. I have been with my team since day one in the UK, and the idea of feeling them felt very sad as we have been together cheering each other on. I see the girls on the team also struggling and put that self out there every day, and it's so sad. I used to think maybe we were just the underdogs. Admittedly, I didn't take this very seriously because I did not treat this like a business. I was tired from my real job and working out, meal prepping, and posting on social media, creating content, and being with my family and friends, as well as trying to get my energy up because I have an underactive thyroid. So with all of that, I was meant to be a hashtag boss babe and take charge of my life, but hell, I couldn't even find my way around the coach back office. I've heard of pyramid schemes, but never heard the word MLM. I found your channel on YouTube after deciding to actually see what people were saying about Beachbody. For years, I ignored it and didn't want to put someone's negative view in my head. After all, we are all different, and I just figured they didn't like Beachbody for their own reasons. But after years of my instincts screaming at me, I decided to dig deeper. Pun intended. I was shocked to learn about the income disclosure. I was also so happy to find out it's not just me who feels the way I do. Your words were a huge comfort to me to know I'm not a failure. The system is built to fail. I genuinely love the health and fitness journey I had with Beachbody, as eating whole foods and working out helped me with my weight gain and general health. But I realized something needs to change because I cannot stay in the same place. I have no intention in pushing the products or being a sheep. It really bugged me how everyone does the same content. We copy and paste each other with post ideas. It's just not original. And another voice within me said, stand out to be authentic and trust myself. I had to stop following my fellow coaches because it was the same posts every day. I even said to my upline how I want to be different and be more me and be authentic. I didn't want to promote the product and copy and paste what everyone else is doing. Even if you try to stand out or do it differently, you still end up looking the same as everyone because the tracker sheet, it tells you what to post. But I was shocked by her reaction when she said, quote, we all might be posting the same, but your non-Beachbody friends won't know because they will only follow you, end quote. This surprised me because she clearly was not getting what I was trying to say. Don't get me wrong, my upline is lovely and smart and has a good heart, but I genuinely believe she is deeply conditioned by Beachbody brainwashing. I know this isn't much of a horror story, but saying that I do have more shocking stories, so maybe one day I'll spill the tea. But for now, I just want to say thank you for all your content and thank you for being you, because you're genuinely nice and funny and goofy like me. I love that you do not bully anyone or pick on them as an individual. You give praise to them personally, but you highlight facts and point out no-nos of MLM cult-like behavior. A few months ago, I started my diploma in becoming a personal trainer and a nutritionist. Your encouragement has given me the courage to keep going with this and has reminded me to step out of the crowd out and make my own way and be authentic. Not just another Beachbody hun. When I get out, when I'm free, I will let you know and we can celebrate with tea and cake. I'm British, so we gotta have some cake with our tea, girl, cause that's how we roll. P.S. I've inserted a clip for you that I came across on my newsfeed. Even more evidence of how far they push this lifestyle. So I am going to play this clip. This clip looks a little bit weird and I'm going to block out the person who actually wrote it. So the person who wrote it is in corporate. I know this person, I've met him in person, and they said, I heard the strangest thing today. Today during my workout, I was doing the usual, which is telling Autumn in my head how much we're not friends at the moment, when she said something that made me rewind and listen to it again. So this is the program Control Freak. And the Control Freak is a new program that has come out for Beachbody within the past couple months. And the program individual who came up with the program is Autumn Calabrese. You guys can look her up. And this is a 45-second clip of what she said in Control Freak. And remember, people that are doing Control Freak are clients and these coaches that most of them have no training at all, who do this program and who listen to her when they're doing this program. So let's see what she has to say.
What do I always say? It works if you work. When people say it doesn't work, I'm like, oh no. No. You didn't work. That's tough love right there. You might not want to hear it, but I'm going to give it to you. Because it works, you guys.
This business
is basic. Like, here's the thing. You put the work in and you
help others.
It works. Now, what you're not going to hear me say is the time frame in which it works. For some people, they're going to see results in like day 2. For some people, they're going to see results in week 2. For some people, it's going to be 2 months, and others it's going to be 2 years. But if you are consistent and you show up and you do the work and you
fill out the tracker every single day,
it works.
Oh, so I see what's going on here. The corporate guy did a voiceover with Autumn trying to relate what she was saying to the coaching business. So he was trying to say, the business will work if you work. For some people, it's going to take 2 weeks, and other people, it's going to take 2 months. So he was trying to use her workout advice to the people that are doing her program to get people, going and to show these coaches that not everyone will see success in 2 weeks or 2 months. Some people it takes years. I have something to say about the Autumn program in general. The problem I have with it is the people that are doing these programs, they're doing it at home with not proper training. Yes, they're listening to you tell them step to step what to do. But a lot of people, if you guys watch my friend Brianna, love her channel so much. I will link her down below. She's a personal trainer and a soon-to-be dietitian and all of that stuff. So that's amazing. And she will actually screen record Beachbody reps and she will show their form and how they're doing their workouts and what they're posting. And clearly you have people that look up to these Beachbody coaches because they believe they're actual coaches. And 9 out of 10 times their form is horrible. If you're doing horrible form, you're probably not going to get results in your programs very quickly, and more so, you're probably going to get injured in some type of way. So that's what I don't like about the programs and people doing them at home, and the Beachbody reps posting workout moves from the workouts. Even though I was that person, I have very much a lot of workouts that I have posted, but that's a problem in general. Like, that's one issue. And then it's also funny that the corporate guy tried to use it as a way to get people to stay in the biz. But back to the story, I definitely can relate to so much of what this person is saying. It just really looks like this individual loves to be on a fitness journey, loves to help other people, and now is, becoming a personal trainer and an actual, health coach, a certified health coach online, not a dietitian, but a nutritionist or health coach. And that's amazing. And that's what I hope everyone feels that they can do after they watch my videos. I hope that you can realize that you have the potential to do whatever it is that you want to do in life. And this person is a true inspiration to that because she's been in Beachbody for years, hasn't really seen the success, doesn't like the recruiting structure, but really realized like, hey, I love working out. Like, I love helping people in that aspect. I love supporting people and I love holding people accountable and being accountable myself. And being a personal trainer is that next step to take if you truly want to help people in their health and fitness journey. So I love that this individual really realized that that is possible and you can go out and you can do that. And that's what I want every person to know. A lot of people join these MLMs and they stay within these MLMs because they look at it as, oh, I can't start my own business. It's too expensive. I can't do it. I can't be successful with my own business. I might as well stay with Beachbody because they have the programs done for me. And all I have to do is, get people to join them. But it's so much more rewarding and you get so much out of it and so much more success by going out and doing it yourself. So I really feel like this person is a true inspiration, and I can definitely see why this was called brainwashing, because Beachbody knows how to Reel you in, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They know how to do it. The next story is an Amway MLM horror story. And this starts off by saying, hi, Deanna. First of all, I love that you do anti-MLM videos. Since I still have friends in the Amway team I was a part of, I have been cautious to speak publicly against it yet. However, I have recently been discovering your videos and other in the anti-MLM community, and hearing you all saying these things is enough to validate me for now. Before watching these videos, my mind was previously in a fog of wanting to defend Amway even though I quit 4 years ago. The level of brainwash they give runs deep. So thank you for giving a voice to it. It validates us that went through it and felt guilty when we left. Here's my Amway/BWW story, and this is only a small percentage of the messed up crap that happened. I started Amway when I was a freshman in college in 2010. One of my classmates showed me the business plan and sold me on the community and friendships that he got from the business. I was vulnerable at the time. I was going through a nasty, dragged out breakup and thought a supportive community sounded exciting and also the perfect thing for me. For a short time, I was correct in my thinking. The meetings were filled with really happy young people who celebrated each other and smiled when they greeted you. At the time, that positive energy built up my confidence again after I was feeling so low. Then, because they were quote unquote helping me, or so I thought, I became loyal to my uplines financially. They told me I should spend $150 to $300 in products every month so that I could hit the minimum PV to get paid. Oh, I hate that in MLMs. They even had an automatic product subscription called the Ditto to make sure people did their volume every month. I didn't have a job at this point. I was just living off of the small amount of savings I had, and I assumed it would make money from the business as well. In addition to the product costs, there were also 4 big conferences a year that were $125 to $135 a ticket plus hotel, and the price of the coach bus we all crammed onto to get to these cities. With everything including food, these weekends usually cost around $300 to $1,200 a year. There were also 4 smaller seminars a year, as well as costing $25 each. Though my money was quickly running out, my upline kept insisting that it was an investment and that it would benefit me later. I eventually spent my entire savings and then racked up a small amount of credit card debt from, again, purchasing products. I also maxed out on student loans each year, more than was needed for school, and used the excess money from them so that I could continue to afford the Amway investment that I had only made a couple $100s from in total, all because I was being told to believe in my friends/uplines. Then it got really dark. 5 years into the business, when I was 23, my father passed away. The first phone call I made was to my upline because I thought of them as a best friend and I desperately needed comfort. They were apologetic on the phone, but didn't offer to come see me. At the time, I chalked it up to them living an hour away. Honestly, when it came to the funeral a week later, not one of my uplines showed up. The reason behind it was because there was a business meeting that same day and they were all brainwashed to never miss a meeting. Later, when I confronted one of them about it afterwards, I told her that I needed her support at the funeral since it was such a devastating moment for me. Her response was, well, you didn't ask us to be there, did you? As if I was the only one in the wrong after my father passed away. However, a couple hundred people showed up to the funeral and many of them were there for me, and I didn't even ask a single one of them to be there either. I was already frustrated with the business at that point, from being broke to the false positivity of everyone. But that moment was the nail in the coffin for me. I finally realized that their friendship was only conditional to my performance in business and nothing more. I wasted so much time and money in my life for people that only cared about their MLM. I was in so deep that it's only recently that I've been opening up about this, and I have been gone from them for years. I was so embarrassed that I did some of those things for so long and alienated some of my friends and family because of it. Life is better now though. Despite some growing pains afterward, I feel so free that I'm gone and have almost paid off all of my debt from the business and school. I know this is a long story, but I hope it can reach someone who went through it too. I even chose to keep in touch with some of the people I met in Amway, the ones that could be normal anyways. Thanks again for telling people stories. Feel free to use this however you'd like in your videos. So this story is a really sad one. I'm so sorry for your father passing away, and it does suck that none of them offered, but I feel like, I don't know what to say about that. Like I am a little bit confused. If you're watching this, I'd love to know, did you invite all of your uplines to the funeral and then they didn't show up because they had like that business meeting the same day? Or did you invite them and they still went to the business meeting and didn't go to the funeral? Because that is really messed up. Like if I knew someone and it was an hour away, a funeral of their father passing, I would still make the time to go, after COVID or before COVID, clearly this was all before COVID, I would make that time to go because that means a lot to that individual and to pay respects to them no matter how close I was to that person. But if they were my downline, like they were literally my downline, I'm that type of person that would ask. Like I would have said, oh my gosh, you know, do you want to invite everyone? Like we can invite all the uplines and the whole team and be there for you and support you. But that truly shows that are they really going to support you through everything, or are the uplines that are making all of the money, you know, at the tippy top, are they only going to support you when you're making money for the MLM? And that's really where that question comes into play. It's also really sad to see that she spent thousands. She used some of her student loan money or her grants or whatever she would get from school, the amount that, you know, she wouldn't need for school, she would use for the MLM on top of using her whole entire savings and credit card. It's so frustrating to see that, and I'm not frustrated at her. It's just frustrating that we have a lot of people who are amazing that join these MLMs, right? Some are very gullible, some, you know, just listen to the uplines because they see that person as successful. It's a lot of that power dynamics I've been talking about recently, where that upline has some sort of power over you and you look at them as, oh my gosh, my upline's so successful, and because of that, you want to listen to them. And when they tell you, oh, you need to do this, this, and this, you do this, this, and this because you want to be successful too. And you feel like that's the way you're going to be successful, is by listening to that upline. But in all actuality, this is what happens. You spend thousands of dollars, you use your savings and your credit cards, and you spend so much more money than you earn. And that's why I tell people really to keep track of the money. If you are in an MLM, or if you know someone who's in an MLM, please help them with their monthly stuff. Tell them, like, please keep track of what you're making monthly and what is going out monthly. How much are you spending? How much are you making? Because in the grand scheme of things, you know, say you spent $200 last week, but you made $500 this week, you're gonna think, oh my God, I'm in the positives. But then next week you spend $1,000 of your savings, you're in the negative. And a lot of people feel that they are so much more in the positives, or they're making much more profit than they're actually making, because they don't keep track of what's going in and what's coming out. So that's why I stress to people to do that. I was someone in my MLM that didn't want to, because I deep down knew I wasn't making that much money. I would see my paycheck every week and it would seem like a lot because you're getting paid every single week, but then they're spending so much money, more money than it is that you're earning. So that's why it's really important to bookkeep and keep your books up to date and look at what's coming in and going out. I hate seeing that, but I'm so glad that you're out now, and 4 years later, you know, it is hard. And it goes to show that these MLMs can be very cult-like. People believe cults. You see, and I'm not saying Amway is a cult, I'm just, you know, for my personal thoughts, comparing it to one, not saying it is one though. But when people leave a cult, for a long time, they feel that shame, they feel that guilt. And emotionally, they're still like attached to that cult, and they end up feeling that way, where years down the line emotionally, they are still going through that emotional trauma from that cult. And I see a lot of similarities, the cults and MLMs long-term emotionally, how it makes people feel mentally and everything like that. So I really need to do a video just comparing cults to MLMs, because that would be a really good one. I'm gonna write that down right now. Cults to MLMs, because I'm gonna forget. So I want to take a break really quickly just to shout out a small business. I try and do this every once in a while because so many amazing small businesses do send me products, and this one I have just been obsessed with. So I'm going to try and pronounce it correctly. I still have the card with me. The company is Soli Dio Gloria Design. I will show a photo right here. They are very small business. They only have about 82 followers on Instagram, but they do custom designed bracelets. And in order to order, you just message them and they can make custom bracelets for you. And they have a bunch of like super cute ones on their Instagram right now. So they made a custom one for me and I love it. So this is like one of their stacked bracelets. Oh, that's my ugly tattoo. Let me put it on the other hand. Yeah, because that's the tattoo I want to get removed that I got when I was 15 and it's so ugly. So I'll show it on this hand. So we have like this, and she customized it with my name, and then it has like the marble. Oh, I'm obsessed. It literally matches my cup. And then she made me another bracelet to stack on it, which is this one. And there is a third one, this bracelet right here. But I really love the vibe of just these two together. I think they're so pretty and so cute, and I don't wear bracelets much, so I am trying to get more into like wearing necklaces and bracelets, because this necklace was also sent to me because you guys are amazing. So I'm going to link below this small business if you guys want to support them or order something from them. I just thought this was so cute. And something that's always bothered me in the past about these bracelets, that these don't bother me, is I have a very small wrist. We actually used to say that I have like a baby-sized wrist, which I do. Like my husband used to be able to wrap his hands like multiple times around, and that's why I would never buy these bracelets in store, because they weren't tight enough and they would always like go all the way down my arm. And I thought that was so annoying. If I'm walking and I'm doing things and I'm typing on my computer, I don't want my bracelet to end up at my elbow because it's not tight enough. And her bracelets are like extremely comfortable, and they only go down to like right here. So they're really comfortable and they're pretty tight, and I have a very small wrist, but I thought I would shout them out. She didn't ask to be shouted out or anything, but I'm obsessed with her bracelet. I've never been sent a bracelet or anything like that, and I fell in love with this one and how it can be customized. She does customizations for literally anything you want on it, and I got my name. So shout out to that small business. So let's read another story. I do apologize if the lighting's really bad. The sun just went down, but I really want to continue reading some more stories for you guys. So this one says, my MLM Horror Stories / thank you. It says, hey Deanna, I've been binging you, Cece, and Brianna Jewel, love them, for the past few weeks, and I just wanted to thank you for all the hard work you put into spreading awareness. Since starting my business Instagram, I've gotten several DMs from women who seemed interested in getting to know me as an artist, but really wanted to rope me into an MLM. If I hadn't been watching you guys recently, I wouldn't have smelt their BS as soon as I did. I can't lie, once I realized they weren't generally into my art, it hurt my feelings a little. I respectively declined, and I'm grateful they didn't continue to harass me. But I'm even more grateful that I had the knowledge to avoid the trap. They did the typical things, asked if I sell my art full time or as a side hustle, asked what I'm going to school for, how long I plan on being in school, how I spend my free time, etc. I could tell what it was leading to, and once again, I thank you and the rest of the community for the tireless efforts to spread awareness. Yes, this story is pretty uneventful, but you should choose to share, feel free to use my name. I'd love to help any way I can. So no, that was not uneventful. It was short, sweet, love it. So yeah, this story, it sucks because a lot of people will go to small businesses pages and try and recruit them. No, they own a small business, let them do them. So it does suck when they do reach out to small businesses that think that they are getting a sale or they're making friends on social media, because that is awesome about social media. You are able to chat with people and make friends online and make friends with people you relate to, or do the same thing as, like, I make friends with people like Isabella Lanter here on YouTube and things like that, because we do something similar, and you probably wouldn't have met that person otherwise. And it's really crappy when someone just reaches out to you because they want something from you and they want to sign you up and they're looking at you as a business deal. So it does suck, and I can only imagine being like a small business and that happening to me. That would be really crappy. The next story is about Monat. It says, hi Deanna, my name is Izzy, feel free to use my name. This story is kind of like a mesh between two situations and it's quite long. Sorry. I've never been a part of an MLM, but I know many people who have, and I've done a ton of research thanks to channels like yours. I've had numerous encounters with girls who are in Monat, specifically on Bumble BFF. You'd think that it was for just making friends, but these boss babes, I truly dislike that word in girl boss, but I joke around with my boyfriend and friends who use the word. These boss babes use it to get downlines mess as friendships. I tried to be friends with one girl from the app who was in Monat, but she kept trying to recruit me. She honestly seemed sweet, but wouldn't respect that I didn't want to be a part of her MLM. It was also clear that she was at the top of the pyramid based on her Instagram. We had a conversation once about MLMs and the way she spoke down to people who left Monat, which was outright disgusting. I told her that 94% of people in Monat make an annual of $183, and she told me that those 94% of people are lazy and that they don't want to put in the work to be that 6%. I stopped talking to her after that. This convo was in late 2020. Fast forward to just a few days ago, I had a friend who got recruited into Monat. She posted about the products on her social media, and I decided to try to warn her about the MLM. I gave her information that was directly given by Monat, i.e. the income disclosure statement, and told her how the quote-unquote biz ruins women's lives. She didn't want to hear any of it and kept on saying how I wasn't a good friend because I didn't support her and that I wasn't open to new opportunities. It was clear to me that her upline, she referred to her as her mentor, was telling her what to say in response to my facts that she considered my opinion. It just blows my mind how someone can say that this is one of the best products in the market today without realizing or doing research that there are so many lawsuits because of the products causing sores, hair loss, etc. I really try my best to educate people on MLMs because it's hard to stay and watch someone try so hard to make it to the top and eventually lose so much money and hope. I removed her from my social media because it was clear to me that she wouldn't listen to anyone but her uplines when she knew me longer. A day had passed and she texted our work group chat. I had worked with her and a few other people at the seasonal job the year prior, so the group chat was pretty dead. She was trying to recruit the people in the chat and even reached out to someone who recently had a child. I was responding on the chat, but to my other friends. I didn't respond to what she was saying. All of a sudden, she decided to air out what happened between us the day prior. I was at work when this happened and I had extreme panic attack for about 20 minutes. It honestly seemed like she was trying to get my friends to turn on me. She kept saying that the way you handled it wasn't great, especially if you were a real friend. Real friends don't bash on other people's successes just because it's something you wouldn't do in your life. It truly pissed me off as I tried to warn her about the dangers of the company. I told her my friend's experiences and how you don't make any money. A friend supporting you doesn't mean that they have to be okay with every single thing that you do. A supportive friend looks out for you and makes sure that you're doing what's best for you. She went on to say, in this business, there's literally no risk. And whether your friends believed in them or not, put in the actual work or not, that's on them and not me. I reiterated how it ruined my friend's life and put them in debt, and that's why she said that. I kept telling her to let it go, and I even texted her number to try and talk to her privately about it. She ignored my messages and said that it was weird how I had her number but unfollowed her on everything else. She definitely tried to twist the whole situation. It really hurt me how she thought I was bashing her for this experience when I really wasn't. She was a good friend before this, but after joining the MLM, she turned so toxic and drama-fueled. She was starting up her own jewelry line, so I don't get why she had to go to an MLM to become rich quick. I still don't understand why she decided to tell everyone in the group chat what happened when they were even saying they were confused about what was going on. At that point, nothing I could say would make her realize. I hope it doesn't take her years to figure out what everything that her upline is telling her about the free trips, bonuses, etc. is a lie. Anyways, I'm going to end this story with a little me. You truly don't need an MLM to be your own boss babe / girl boss. So these look like tweets or something where she goes, behind every girl boss is another bigger girl boss. And then another tweet that says, they call this a pyramid scheme, I think, which is really funny. So back to the story though, not the meme, even though she did end it on a funny term. This is sad because this is exactly what happens. You have someone join an MLM, then when they join the MLM, they believe every single thing that the upline is saying and they choose to believe nothing that the friend is saying. And she is so right. When you have a true friend or a best friend, they don't have to agree with everything that you're doing. A friend, an actual good friend, should look at you and look out for you and be like, hey friend, I don't think this is the best thing to do. I have some research on this. I've done some research on this, and you should be able to listen to that. So if Isabella came to me and said, oh, Deanna, that video you did, you got it all wrong. You put up the wrong income disclosure. Like, you did that. I think you should redo that video. I would look at her and be like, oh my gosh, thank you for looking out for me. I did my research, but I didn't know that I didn't have the correct information or the updated information. And I would look at her as looking out for me, not trying to trash the video that I just made or something. Like, that's just an example. But in any aspect of life, I feel like when you have a friend, you want that friend to look out for you and you want them to, yes, support you. But if they see that you're doing something wrong, be like, girl, I think you're doing something wrong. It's like that whole thing when you leave your house, if you're going out with your girlfriends and you look horrible, like your makeup's all messed up, you didn't blend your foundation to your neck and it needs to be fixed. It's like your friend just letting that happen. I would slap my friend if she knew that my foundation wasn't blended to my neck and she didn't tell me because I didn't notice. Girl, you better tell me. I need to go inside and blend my foundation. I want to know. And that's a true friend who will tell you something you may not want to hear. And I believe that in all aspects of life. I would love to know what you guys think down below, but it's just really crappy because when it becomes MLMs, they don't do that. Like, people who get into the MLM, they get so wrapped up into it and get so brainwashed and truly believe that the MLM is going to be the thing for them. And they listen to that upline. They don't listen to that supportive friend anymore that truly just has their best intentions at heart. Instead, they push them away and just listen to the upline. So that is pretty crappy. And I really hope that that person gets out of that MLM and they, you know, don't deal with that MLM anymore. But it is crappy. A lot of friendships are ruined by MLMs like this, and it's just a really sad situation. So I'm going to end it here. Leave a like if you like this video. Comment down below which horror story did you relate to the most? Which one did you vibe with the most? Which one do you want to comment about? I would love to hear your thoughts, especially about this one, the whole friend thing. Would you rather a friend not tell you when she thinks you're doing something wrong or when she thinks something you're involved in is a scam? Like, would you want her to tell you? Or are you that type of friend that doesn't want to know? Like, you don't want to know. You want your friend to lie to you and tell you everything is sunshine and rainbows. I would love to know. And also subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. I upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday and Friday I post about MLMs and scams. And Wednesday I post lifestyle content. And I'll see you in Monday's video. Bye.